Good morning, students. From last two class, I already explained the importance of the defense force. So why we want to need a defense force? One is to safeguard our country from the external aggression. Yeah, our India's defense has three wings. One is Army, Navy, and Air Force. The President of the Commander-in-Chief of the all armed forces, and each wing has its own chief. The Army chief is known as General, Navy chief is known as Admiral, Air Force chief is known as the Air Chief Marshal. Then for the administrative purposes, Indian Army has a 7 commands, Indian Navy has a 3 commands, and Air Force has a 5 commands. What are the functions of the armed force already we are discussed. In this class, I am going to explain about the recruitment to the army. So, those who have decided to join the army, some qualities are needed. So, which are the qualities are needed to join the armed force? One is service oriented, patriotic, then ready to sacrifice to the sake of the nation, be familiar with the multicultural fabrics of the nation, are the qualities required for the requirement of the army. Then any citizens of the country of his religion, irrespective of his religion, caste or community, can join the military forces. However, some condition is also applied to the requirement of the army. So, what are the conditions required for to join the armed force? One is regard to the physical requirement, mental health, general education, and technical knowledge that have to be met. So, these are the conditions required for the recruitment of the armed force. Got it? What are the qualities required for to join the armed force? One is service oriented, patriotic. Third one is ready to sacrifice to sake of the nation, to be familiar with the multicultural fabric of the nation. Any citizens of the country, irrespective of caste, religion, and community, can join the armed force. But however, some certain condition is required. Regard to the physical requirement, mental health, general education, and technical knowledge have to be met. So, according to some boards, they were recruited to the lower post of the armed force. Which are that board recruitment the lower post of the army? The one is RMP. RMP means recruitable male population. RMP means recruitable male population. This board recruit to the lower post of the army. This board was recruit to the lower post of the army. Second board is CASB. It means Central Army Selection Board. So, what are the abbreviations of the CASB? Central Air Force Selectional Board. So, this board is appointed to the recruitment of the Air Force. This board is appointed to the recruitment of the lower post of the Air Force. Another board is NRO. Another board is NRO. NRO means Naval Recruitment Organization. So, this board is appointed to the sailors of the Navy. This appointed to the sailors of Navy. And another important board board is another important board is WSES. WSES. It means this board is appointed recruitment of the women for all armed force. This board is appointed to the women recruitment for the all armed force. The abbreviation of the WSES means Women Special Entry Scheme. Through these schemes, the women are appointed to the armed forces. Through this, recruitment of the army process goes on. Got it? So, which are the board appointed to the lower post of the armed force? One is RMP, it means recruitable male population. This board appointed to the recruitment of army. Then CASB, it means Central Air Force, the Central Air Force Selection Board. It appointed to the Air Force recruitment. Third one, NRO, Naval Recruitment Organization. It appointed to the sailors to the Navy. Then WSES, it means Women Special Entry Scheme. Through this board, women are appointed to all the armed forces. So next, I am going to explain about the defense production. Then the next topic is defense production. So which are the units for the defense production? Next, it is the defense production. Hence, it is a defense production. The activities of the defense production is divided by two units. Which are the two units? One is the manufacturing. One is manufacturing unit run by department. The second unit is the manufacturing unit run by public sector. The manufacturing unit run by public sector. These are the units are the defense production. In the first unit, what are manufacturing in the first unit? In the first unit, the factories are produce gunpowder. Example, gunpowder. Then weapons, tanks, etc. In the second, the manufacturing unit run of the public sectors are manufactured the ships. Example, ships, aircraft, bulldozers, submarines, and rockets. And the rockets are produced in the public sector. For example, HAL, it means Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, BEL, Bharat Electronics Limited, and BEML, Bharat Earth Movers Limited, and BDL, Bharat Dynamic Limited are the best example of the manufacturing unit run by the public sector. So got it? The next defense production. The activities of the defense production is run by the two units. One is the manufacturing unit run by the department. In this department, mainly they were manufactured gunpowder, weapons, tanks, etc. And the second unit is the manufacturing unit run by the public sector. In this factories are manufactured the ships, aircraft, bulldozers, submarines, rocket, etc. The best example for the public sector run by the manufacturing unit are one is HAL, BEL, BEML, and BDL. So next I am going to explain about our defense force preparednesses and research and development. Next, the preparednesses of research and development. our defense, our defense preparedness and research and development. Research and development. So, what are the research and development units of our defense? So today our armed force are facing the many challenges. Not only their duty is protect the border of our country, they are also facing some challenges like terrorism, then Naxal attacks, etc. That's why we want to lead a large armed force. So India ranks fourth largest army in the world. So India ranks the fourth largest army in the world. So which are the other three important largest country of the armed forces? One is China, second one is North Korea, third one is Russia, and fourth place is India. And next the Indian Navy, the Indian Navy is the seventh largest position in naval force. Which are the other six largest naval force country? One is USA, second China, third Russia, fourth Japan, fifth UK, sixth France, and seventh place is India. So the Indian naval force is the seventh largest naval force in the world. Next one is Air Force. Air Force, it has the fifth largest Air Force in India, in the world. Which are the other four largest Air Force of the world? One is USA, Russia, China, and Israel. The fifth place is India. So Air Force, the fifth largest Air Force of the world in India. Got it? So our defense preparedness and research and development India. So our armed forces nowadays it faces many challenges like terrorism and Naxal attacks. So that's why we want to need a large army. India is the fourth rank in the armed force of the world, then the seventh rank in the naval force of the world, and the fifth place in the air force of the world. Then Seabird Naval Base is opened in Karwar in Karnataka. Like that, it is also opened DRDO. It is also opened for DRDO. DRDO means Defense Research and Development Organization. DRDO means Defense Research Development Organization. It was established in 1958. It developed the many advanced earth-to-earth rockets. So which are the earth-to-earth rockets developed by DRDO? Mainly one is Prithvi, Trishul, Akash, Nag, Agni 1, Agni 2, Agni 3, and Agni 4 and Agni 5. So in 19th April 2012, Agni 5 was sent by the rocket, which could cover 5,000 kilometers, and it also developed the many submarines and anti-submarines. India has joined the ranks elite countries like America, Russia, Britain, France, and other countries. In nowadays, it developed research and developed the Bofors guns. It played a very important role in the Kargil War. The Kargil War held between India and Pakistan. Then another important research and development activity is Program experiments enabled India to develop a technology with provides as ability to face even the nuclear attacks. At present day, totally India has a 55 defense laboratories, 55 defense 55 defense laboratories, 55 defense laboratories. Therefore, the different parts of the country, therefore, like our armed force, even we should be prepared and lay down our lives for the sake of our country. So, these are the explanation of our defense preparedness and research development. So, in nowadays, India faces the many challenges like terrorism and Naxalites. That's why we want to need a large amount of army. India ranks a 4th place in the army of the world, then 7th rank in the naval force, and the 5th rank in the air force. So, it also established DRDO. It means development. It means Defense Research and Development Organization. It was established in 1958. It developed the many advanced Earth-to-Earth rockets like Prithvi, Trishal, Akash, Agni 1, Agni 2, Agni 3, Agni 4 and Agni 5. So, and DRDO is also prepared the many advanced submarines and anti-submarines, and also it is developed the Bofor guns and Procron experiments, etc. And India established the different 55 defense laboratories in different parts of the country. Therefore, our armed forces, we should be prepared to lay down our lives for the sake of our country. Then Kargil war, it held between India and Pakistan in May and June 1999, May 6th. So, Pak terrorists mounted an aerial attack on the higher area of Kashmir. In retaliations to this, India started Operation Vijay and attacked the Pakistan. Initially, Indian army was a setback, but later reinforced its attack through the use of Bofor's guns and 14th June, Pakistan retreated shamefully. Around 30,000 Indian soldiers had taken the part of the war. Then the Indian Air Force boosted the Indian Army through the Operation Saved Sagar. The last week of the July, the Indian Army began to its final attack. The war was ended in 26th July. So, this day is celebrated as a Kargil Vijay Divas. So, when we are celebrated the Kargil Vijay Divas, July 26th, every year we are celebrated the Kargil Vijay Divas. So, in next I am going to explain about the second line in defense. So, I am going to explain about the second line defense. Second line defense. Second line of defense. Beside the armed forces, there are other organizations which form the second line of the defense. Which are the main organizations of the second line defense? One is territorial army. One is territorial army. Second one is NCC, National Cadet Corps. Third one is Coastal Guards. And fourth one is border security force. And fifth one is civil defense. Sixth one is civil defense. And one is the Home Guards, and last unit is Red Cross, and last unit is Red Cross. These are the second line defense force. These are the second line defense force. So besides the armed force, some many organizations are established for the armed forces, that is known as the second line of defense. Which are the second line defense? One is Territorial Army, NCC, Coastal Guards, and Border Security Force, Civil Defense, Home Guards, and Red Guards. So now I am going to explain the structure of the Territorial Army. Structure of the Territorial Army. It is a voluntary part-time force. The Territorial Army, it is a voluntary part-time force. It is a voluntary part-time force. Then these services are used only during the emergencies like natural calamities. It was established in 1949. It was established in 1949. Then it has no professional soldiers, but only civilians who are eager to play a role in the independence are given the military training in their spare time. Got it? So Territorial Army, it is a voluntary maritime force. This force services is needed only in emergencies of the natural calamities. It was established in 1949. It is a no professional soldiers, but those who are eager to join the Territorial Army, they will get a training in their spare time. Then only the person who are eligible to join this force, only those who are between the 18 to 42 years, they were only eligible to join this army. Got it? Those who are eligible to join this Territorial Army between the age group of 18 to 42. Then every year the third Saturday of November. Every year the third Saturday. Every year the third Saturday of November, we celebrated as a Territorial Army Day. When we celebrated the Territorial Army Day, every third Saturday of November month, we are celebrated as a Territorial Army Day. So these are about the structure of the Territorial Army. Got it? The Territorial Army is a voluntary maritime force. This force service is needed only in emergencies of the natural calamities. It was established in 1949. Here there is no professional soldiers. Those who are eager to join this army, they will get a training in their spare time. Who are eligible to join this army between the age group of 18 to 42. Every year we are celebrated the third Saturday of November is a Territorial Day. So in next class I am going to other organization of the second line of defense. So I hope you are all understood. Once I recall this class, one recruitment of the army. Those who are eager to join the army, they want to needed some qualities like service oriented, patriotic, ready to sacrifice their lives to the sake of the nation. Then familiar with the multicultural fabric nation, and also requires some condition like general education, physical fitness, mental health, and technical knowledge. The lower post of the army, they were recruited by the RMP, CASB, then NRO, and WSES. Defense production are the two units. One it is run by the department, second one is run by the public sector. First, in the first department, they were manufactured the gunpowder, tanks and weapons. In the second unit, they were produced the ships, aeroplanes, bulldozers, submarines, and the rockets. Then our defense core preparedness and research and development. We have faced the many challenges today like terrorism and Naxalites. That's why we want to lead a launch of armed forces. India ranks 4th position of the army, 7th position in the navy, and 5th position in the air force. Then both DRDO is developed the many advanced earth-to-earth rockets. For example, Prithvi, Akash, Agni 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and it is also developed the many submarines and anti-submarines, and it also developed the Bofors guns, Pokhran nuclear test, etc. Finally, the second line of defense. Besides the armed forces, there are the other organizations which form the second line defense. So which are the second line defense are Territorial Army, NCC, Coastal Guards, Border Security Force, Civil Defense, Home Guards and Red Cross. What are the structures of the Territorial Army? It is a voluntary part-time force. This service is required only in the emergencies of the natural calamities. It was established in 1949. Then it is not only a professional soldiers, those who are eager to join this force, they will get a training in their spare time. Who are eligible to join this? Between the age of 18 to 42. Then every third Saturday of November, we are celebrating the Territorial Army Day. Thank you. See you in next class.